Hello, I am Blake Maddox, and this is my Business 4900 internship presentation. I did my internship with Mammoth Holdings. Mammoth Holdings LLC. We are a company. It is a company that owns a bunch of different car washes, a bunch of different brands of car washes. They are expanding by purchasing other car washes and absorbing them into the company. They're also building new car washes from the ground up. Right now, we're at somewhere in between 150 and 200 car washes. But as you'll see, we are planning to grow to 500 locations in the next 2 years, which is an incredibly lofty goal, if you ask me. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to do that, but they seem pretty confident. Also, once we reach those 500 locations, the company is planning on going public, which is pretty exciting. So the number of employees we have nationally, somewhere in the ballpark of 500 right now. Regionally, um, right now we only have two locations in our region. It's the one off the Causeway and the one near Sam's Club. Between those two, we have somewhere between roughly around 23 employees between both sites. My site, which is the one just past Sam's Club, has usually around 12 employees at any given time, including me. Our revenue, the company as a whole, their revenue is somewhere in the ballpark of 1.5 million. My site personally is somewhere in the ballpark of 1.3 million annually. So, who are our competitors? Our competitors in the area are Foamworks Auto Spa off Altama, and then also Island Car Wash, which is on St. Simon's. So, both of these companies have been devoting a lot of resources to improving their sites. I think Mammoth coming in and purchasing our two car washes has really scared them because both of them are doing major renovations in the past year, ever since our acquisition. So Foamworks is probably our biggest competitor. They are in Brunswick, where our other two locations are. They are also a automatic car wash. They have a large tunnel. They also have vacuums. The Island Car Wash is actually installing really small tunnels in the areas that used to be self-cleaning, where you get out and clean the car wash yourself. They're actually installing micro tunnels in there. Once again, I guess they're kind of worried about all the money that Mammoth is putting into our two locations, so they have to try to compete. Intern tasks. So what did I do? So I've worked for this company. Well, I haven't worked for Mammoth for very long, for about a year, ever since Mammoth bought us, but I've been with the car washes for roughly 3 years. So, but now with this internship and everything considered, I am really in a different position. I'm in a leadership position. Um, I am currently an assistant manager after this internship. I will officially be site manager of the location you're looking at right now. That's the one, just past Sam's Club. So what do? I've been managing, I've been hiring, I've been interviewing, I've been day-to-day operations that takes to manage people calling out sick, people, any issues, angry customers. I've been dealing with it all over the course of this internship. And so who do I report to? I report to David Hill. He's my intern, or I'm his intern. He is phenomenal. You'll hear about him a little bit later in the presentation. So he's really been helping me throughout the time in this internship transition from, a lesser role to site manager role and all that comes with it. He's been doing a really fantastic job of helping me with that, and he is who I report to. Task structured or unstructured, but it's a little bit of both. Some tasks are structured. Some things have to be done by the book every single day. I go into the office and have to enter stuff on an Excel spreadsheet, that kind of stuff. That's fairly structured. The unstructured stuff is the stuff you don't really expect. You every single day you never know what could go wrong, right? And I'm the one who has to deal with any issue that might come up. So, and it's pretty interesting. And as far as confidentiality issues, there's some, there's probably some instances and issues with employees that I've had that I probably can't get too specific about. I've had to fire employees under the supervision of David. He's really kind of guided me. That was pretty terrifying. So I'm glad I had him there to help me as I try to transition into that type of role. And now we can talk more about him. He is David Hill. He is my intern host. He was the operations manager at Executive Resorts, Sea Island, for over 10 years. I think it was somewhere close to 15. I wasn't really sure, so I put 10. And now he is the regional manager of South Georgia for Mammoth Holdings as of 2022. He's fairly new. Um, he has been amazing. He hired, and he had like something like 250 to 500 employees that he managed at Sea Island. Mammoth actually headhunted him and convinced him to come work for us. And now he is going to be the manager of South Georgia, which is from Macon down to Florida. Right now we only have these two locations, but they're planning on building many more. There's actually one being built right now in Savannah, which is going to be under him, and many more to come. He's a pretty impressive guy. He's a really good leader. Really been a great intern host. Dress code, punctuality, deadlines. So dress code, I have to wear black closed-toed shoes, black pants or shorts, black belt. I have to wear my Swifty uniform, which is my shirt, or my Swifty black jacket. It's optional if you want to wear a hat, but it has to be a Swifty branded hat or a Swifty beanie. And punctuality and deadlines. So punctuality is huge. Right now, I'm still hourly. As soon as I do officially become site manager, I will be on salary, so punctuality is going to be a little bit different. But for right now, punctuality is huge. If I can't show up to work on time, if I don't show up one day, if I show up 15 minutes late, why on earth would I expect any of my employees to show up on time? Why would I expect them to come to work? So that's why punctuality is so important to me. Time-sensitive deadlines, yeah, absolutely. We have meetings I have to attend to and do preparations for. We have quotas we have to try to meet. We have information I have to input into the computer that has to be done every single day. And how was it all communicated? It's usually just kind of understood. A lot of it comes from David. Lets me know about a upcoming meeting and wants me to make some notes about stuff I want to bring up, that kind of thing. Communication. So our formal communication methods are going to be via Ring Central or email. If you've never heard of Ring Central, it's like a messaging app specifically for businesses. I actually have grown to kind of like it a lot. Informal communication is stuff like everyday conversations I have with employees, text conversation, phone calls, that kind of stuff. Even though it can be formal, it's typically a little less formal than Ring Central and our emails. So qualifications / the interview process. So like I said, I've actually been working at these two car washes for the majority of the time I've been in college. So, and David is actually the new guy. So I think my interview process wasn't really traditional, but it did start as soon as he walked on site, right? I tried my best to impress him, tell him everything he wanted to hear. I knew that I had an internship coming up, so actually the day I met him, I mentioned this interview to him, or this internship to him, just to kind of see if he would be interested. Didn't really expect much, and it turns out he had Mammoth Holdings create an entire internship program just for me, just for this class. So it's pretty cool. Feedback for improvement is pretty interesting. The paperwork that he has to fill out, basically grading my performance. The thing I scored the lowest on was self-confidence, which I found kind of surprising, but when I reflect back on it, I understand where he's coming from, so that was some really good feedback. Surprises. Most fun areas. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy being in the higher leadership positions now. I like managing. I like, it's been fun. It's been fun to grow. It's exciting. I'm moving from there's a new opportunities in front of me thanks to this job. So it's all very exciting. The most challenging to me has definitely been just the day-to-day operations and managing employees. It's tough. Keeping everybody happy, I've come to find out, is impossible. You're not going to keep everybody happy. Some people are just not going to like you no matter what you do because you're the boss. And so that's been something I have to come to terms with. Most unusual, once again, it's just, certain employee issues that you just don't expect. Um, Off the wall stuff customers do, that's another whole thing. So customers can be very, very unusual as well. And how does this relate to my career goals? So, as you can see, this is Mammoth's career path, and right now I am transitioning from the assistant manager level to the site manager level. Hopefully, in the near future, I work really hard and do a really good job. I will end up in a district manager position. That would be great. So that would directly relate to my career goals. But even if I don't stay with Mammoth, um, in the long term, 10 years down the line, am I going to be with Mammoth? I don't know, but this is a great opportunity for me right now to get some experience using my degree, which is business management. And future recommendations. Should CCGA continue to use this intern host? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, like I said, this internship was created just for the CCGA class, for this class. So I think absolutely there should be more students that use Swifties or Mammoth as their intern host because I really enjoyed it and I think anybody would really. It's been really beneficial to my growth. And would I recommend the next intern? Or what would you recommend to the next intern with host? So I would recommend don't expect it to be easy. Working at a car wash sounds like all fun and games until things turn serious and you have to deal with angry customers and employees or it's a whole thing. So just be prepared. It's going to be more work than you expect, but it will be rewarding and it will definitely pay off in the long run. I've really enjoyed it. This internship has really helped me grow into this new position I'm moving towards. Without this internship, the transition from my assistant manager position to site manager would have been a lot more difficult. I've gotten to spend a lot of quality time with the regional manager. He's a big guy. He has a lot of responsibilities. So the fact that he can devote so much time to my growth and development is extraordinary and very, very beneficial. So I've really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this class and this opportunity.